Guys, welcome back to another flipping and money making live stream. And today we have such a big announcement that I'm not going to get into right away. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. We'll just let the people who are a little bit late to the stream pile on in so they can hear the announcement as well as soon as we put it out. But guys, I am super excited because today we have a major achievement on the channel and I cannot wait to share the news with you guys. But like I said, we're going to wait a little bit longer so we can have more people hear the announcement. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in today. We are working with 1,966 million GP. I have some of my GP in platinum tokens right now, and I don't really want to use all of it, so I'm just going to list everything with the basically 2 bill that we do have. I think we're going to be able to make a good bit of profit anyway. But guys, thank you for tuning in on this lovely Friday stream. We've got a beer with us today to celebrate this amazing announcement that we have, and like I said, we'll get into it in a minute. We have Forrest Wong popping in. He says, yo. We have Ice-T saying, hey guys, good evening. Ice-T, man, it is so good to see you. Welcome back to the live stream. You as well, Forrest. Good to see everybody. Saints fan in Van says, Friday stream, let's get hyped. Good to see you, Saints fan. I'm freaking hyped up today, guys, because we have a massive announcement, and I'm just so happy I cannot wait to tell you guys, like literally cannot wait. So we're just going to wait a little bit longer for that, but we will get into it soon in about 10 minutes or so. We have Huz asking, hey, can you try flipping adamant bars today on stream? They are always really wonky for me today with margins changing by like 20 to 30 every 5 seconds or so. Yeah, we can try to give adamant bars a shot. Just remind me later on in the stream. But to start it off, guys, I do want to go ahead and get some items listed right off the bat, excuse me, and we'll have a great stream today, guys. So hopefully you're having a great Friday as well. Let me know if you've been flipping today, if markets have been good for you today. I definitely would be curious to know. And let me go ahead and we're gonna try to get back at that twisted bow, guys, because last stream the twisted bow freaking burned us for a couple mil, and I'm not too happy about that. So we're gonna go in and try to flip one today and just show you that we can get the best of this item. Again, we're going to be very safe with our flips on the twisted bow today. We're going to list low, and then we're going to slowly hike our offer up until we're able to buy one. But for now, we'll go ahead and list one for... well, I'm not going to read you the price, but we're just going to go ahead and get it listed, and it didn't instant buy, which is a great sign for us, although the same exact thing happened last time, and we still lost money on it. Now, we're going to do the dragon darts as well. We're going to get a couple of these listed and ready to go on the Grand Exchange. Hopefully, they've got a good margin today. Not really sure if they will or not, but I do want to give them a shot. We'll see if we can squeeze out like a 9 GP margin on these, which is actually quite small for the dragon darts. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get that listed. Let's also do maybe like Elder Malls off the top here. I do want to do the crossbow and the Vigorous chain mace. Those have been really good flips as well for me recently, so I'd like to give them a look, see if we can actually flip them for a decent profit as well, and if we can, then I'll be a very happy flipper today. Now, what I think I'm going to do is get all of our flips listed, and then we're going to get into this crazy announcement, guys. It's actually pretty wild what happened today, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys because it kind of marks like a milestone that our channel has achieved, and it would be a shame not to share that. Trio Zero says, sounds exciting. Get excited, man. Time to crack open the brewskis, says Saints fan in Van. Oh, we're gonna get there in a minute. As soon as I make my announcement, I'm gonna enjoy mine as well. But guys, welcome to the Friday stream. Hopefully you're having a great day, and hopefully we can make some good money today. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but anyway, we have STW Benny saying, I can't believe I just fell for a scam. Benny, man, what happened, bro? How'd you get scammed? Let me know. Maybe we can spread awareness about the scam or the scammer in specific, and we can help other people avoid the scam here in the future. Hopefully you didn't lose too much money, man. It always sucks to hear people getting scammed in old school RuneScape, and it's a shame it's still happening, but it's just always been one of those things that's been a part of the game, and it's quite unfortunate. So maybe you can fill us in on maybe the situation. Big Papa 0911 says, hello from RS3. Good to see you, Big Papa. Thank you for tuning in today. And yeah, it's a basic flipping stream today. We're going to try to make some money, but the Vigorous chain mace doesn't look like it's going to work out for us, so we're going to avoid that. We also have Jesus saying, hello, good luck today, Mr. Sierra Jesus. Thank you for tuning in today. And I don't know if I call it Jesus or Jesus, but your last name makes me think it's Jesus, but I could be wrong. Anyway, We have Chicken Dinner saying, good evening, my man. Excited for the announcement and got my 34-ounce beer ready and cracked it open. Oh, ready to crack open with you. That's amazing, man. I can't wait to get into this, but we do have to stay on top of our flips, of course. That is the primary focus of these streams, so we have to get that done. So what we're going to do here is list the Bandos Chestplate, the Bandos Tassets. You know, we always do those on stream, so we might as well get both of those out of the way. Hopefully, we can get a decent margin on them. It does look like we're going to get that on the Bandos Chestplate, so I'm happy about that. We'll go ahead and list about 7 of those, let them do their thing. Also, check out the Bandos Tassets as well. I do like flipping both the chest plates and the tassets, but I'm sure if you've seen a live stream before, at least one of my live streams, you're already very, very well aware that I do like to flip the tassets and the chest plates. And the real reason for that is I find them to be super easy flips for how much they cost, and you can usually make a quick couple coin on them, and without too much competition, it seems. We're going to do the Amulet of Torture and the Necklace of Anguish next. We're going to get all of our easy flips out of the way first. We do have our Twisted Bow listed here. Luckily, Ice-T was kind enough to fill us in on where he sold his previous one. So we're going to see if we can actually make a little bit of money on that as well. I have a feeling I'm listed maybe a little bit too low right now, but I'm going to be patient with it and try to get a good deal on it, because the last thing that I want today is another stream where we flip the T-Bow for a loss, right? So let's go ahead and try to avoid that today, and we're just gonna have a great time today, guys. I literally could lose 30 mil today and I would still be in a great mood, because this announcement, guys, you're gonna be so hyped up. I mean, I'm just so happy for it, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this Necklace of Anguish put in here, and it looks like we've got a little bit of a margin on that, maybe like 20k or so. It's gonna be good enough for us to go ahead and flip today. Anyway, while we have these flips listed, guys, I think it is time to get into the announcement today. And Citizen23 says, hope all is well. Good to see you, Citizen, man. Thank you for tuning in. And thought he was going to anti-scam, says STW Benny. Oof. That's so tough, man. I mean, hopefully you have a little bit of money on hand that you can go ahead and flip with and make that money back. I mean, falling for scams is never a fun thing, of course, but at least you learned not to fall for it again, and there's some kind of benefit that you get out of it. You know, it's unfortunate it had to cost you some GP, though. Anyway, I do want to go ahead and get into this, guys. Crazy day today, and here we go with the announcement, guys. So basically, I'm going to just reveal my inventory, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And no, before you get excited, it's not a pet, okay? I wish it was, but it's not. But in my opinion, it's actually something better. And today, we received on the account the Orb of Oculus, man. We got an Orb of Oculus from the Jagex team today, guys. Absolutely crazy. As you can see, we can run around with it. And it's just a nice, awesome cinematic tool, man. I mean, can you believe it? We got an Orb of Oculus from the mods. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I can look, it's just, to me, it's such a staple and like such an achievement for my content, for me. And if you're unaware of what the Orb of Oculus actually is it's a, it's basically a cinematic tool that Jagex has created that they give to content creators. Now, the only way that you can get the Orb of Oculus is to get one from a Jagex mod. So luckily, Mod Ieza was kind enough to come in game and give me an Orb of Oculus, and it's just really amazing, man. And it's such an achievement for myself, my channel, and just the community. I mean, it's gonna help the content a lot. It's gonna make my job a lot easier when it comes to filming cinematic shots, and it's just like a crazy achievement for me. So it sort of feels like I've been officially recognized by Jagex. I know that's obviously not the case, but I mean, they recognized me as a content creator and thought I was in good enough standing to receive an Oculus Orb. So it's pretty crazy, and I cannot believe we've got one. It's a big achievement for me, and I just revealed all my margins. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about that. I mean, I think it's crazy, but anyway. Stoof says, how's it going, Poppy? Good to see you, Stoof. Thank you for tuning in today, man. And let's get that beer open. Did you guys see that? Dude, it just went everywhere. Hopefully we don't knock the keyboard out again, if you know what I mean. Chicken Dinner coming in with the 100 bits. He says, to the Orb and the Brewski. Hey, cheers to that, Chicken, and thank you for the 100 bits, man. Seriously, that's awesome. And we did get the Twisted Bow in as well, which is great. Good timing on that. So we'll go ahead and list this back onto the Grand Exchange. Luckily, like I said, Ice-T was kind enough to give us the sell price on the Twisted Bow, and we're going to see if we can sell this one off for a little bit of a profit here. Man, I cannot believe I got the Orb of Oculus, man. It's just crazy. Like, a Jagex mod has to, like, put it onto your account, so. Your prices are showing, bro. Dude, Mike, yeah, it's so funny because you were like, yo, don't show your prices today, man. Be careful. And I messed it up anyway. Pro content creator, by the way. Caleb Sarnecki says, congrats, Scape. Well earned. Thank you, Caleb. Do appreciate that, man. And cheers. Yeah, I know. Most of you probably don't think it's a big deal, but to me, it's like a huge deal to get that orb. Anyway, we're having a little bit of trouble with the Elder Malls here. We're going to turn around and start selling those. We're looking at actually a pretty good margin on those. I'm happy to try and sell these off for their current price point. I think they're going to sell relatively quickly, considering we did have a little bit of trouble filling out the limit there. How many subs on Twitch do you have? I'm not sure. I think we have four subs. Four or five. And when I say subs, I mean like active subs. Because someone gifted like 10, but I don't think they were really like long-term members, if that makes sense. Jay Hefner says, sup guys, happy weekend. Good to see you, Jay. You just missed a great announcement, but I'll say it again here in a minute. We also have A saying hi again. Good to see you, A. Thank you for tuning in. Jay, we got the Orb of Oculus, if you know what that is, in old school RuneScape, which is quite crazy, but I have it in my bank right now, but I could show it off again. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. Anyway, let me go ahead and do, we do have 430 mil on hand. I'm going to crack right into the Ancestral right off the bat here today, guys. I think we can get a good margin on it, to be quite honest. Usually on Fridays, these things trade a little bit faster than normal, so. Okay, that's a really bad margin. We're not going to sit on that, actually. We're going to avoid that. We did get the Bandos chest plates off. No problem on that. The Miller Latte. At least we got some kind of a drink, man. 594 million GP today. Let's put it to work. I kind of want to do some stuff we don't normally do today. So I'm actually going to try to get the Bandos Godsword and the Armadyl Godsword out of the way first. I do want to try to hunt an Ancestral piece again. We might do the Sanguesti Staves again. I also would like to do... Actually, those don't have a good margin. Let's do the Dragon Warhammer next. Would be nice if we got a good Dragon Claw flip in as well. Decent margin on the Dragon Warhammers. Let's go ahead and list a couple of these. A says, watching 2 flipping streams right now, LOL. You and Queen Saraha. Tell Queen I said hi. Hopefully he's doing well. I haven't seen him go live this week, so hopefully he's doing quite well. Now we have 282 million GP on hand. I kind of want to do the Dragon Claws, but we don't really have enough money to do that. I'm going to do the Sanguesti Staff instead. I do expect a pretty good margin on this. I mean, this thing has just been crashing in price recently. We could see new lows on this item. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. If we do, though, it's not really... I mean, I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I wouldn't invest in it. You know, these items can get... when they start dipping, they can go quite low. So I would be careful actually making an investment on this item. And that seems to be something that a lot of our Discord members make a mistake on. They think an item is really cheap, and it's the cheapest it's ever been, so that qualifies it for a good investment. And that's actually not the case. There's a couple more factors that... Oh my god. No way, man. Wow. Holy, how many was that? 10? Was that 10? What the f... Yo, Trio 0 coming in with the 10 gifted. I think it's 10. I can't count. Someone tell me how many that was. I think it's 10. Giving a gifted sub to Jay Hefner, Stu Fleas, Lemons, Horse Detective, Hollow Eve, the Mandalorian, Frieza Saga, the Hunter M, Anthony Coburn, and Imrod. Guys, wow. Thank you so much, Trio, man. That's seriously, it means a lot to me, dude, and I'm so glad you've been enjoying the content. I think you're a newer viewer around here. I think you came in maybe last stream or the stream before that, but I'm so glad you're enjoying the content, man, and you know, you were kind enough to drop so many subscriptions, dude. Like, seriously, that's awesome, and thank you. Yeah, legitimately a legend, says Stoof. Like, absolute legend, man. And we have Ice-T saying, I did invest in the Sang Staff FFS. Oh, man. Whew, that's tough. Can we get an F in the chat for iced tea for that one? Let me go ahead and actually get the Amulet of Fury as well. I would like to get a couple of these listed. And wow, those Sang Staffs bought really quickly. I think we should be a little bit concerned about that. Wow, dude. To make a good day even better with the gifteds, man. Like, oh, wow. Recognized by Jagex, you know, someone dropping a ton of subs. Freaking wild, man. Thank you, Trio Zero, man. Do appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and list the Amulets of Fury as well. The reason I do like to flip the Furies is because they do flip very, very quickly. So I would like to get a couple of those listed and ready to flip. $10 subs, amazing, I know. Shui a beer now, you owe it to him. No, we're not going to do any Shuis today. The only reason we did the Shui that one time is because we were literally live for like... I don't know, we were live for like 13 hours at that point. I'd already been drinking a little bit. It was late into the night. I was delirious. A slip of judgment, perhaps. Jay says, we definitely need emotes now. I know, I have to get some emotes. I don't really know where to get them. That's the problem. Like, I don't really want to shell out a lot of money for the emotes. Not that I'm opposed to doing that. It's just like... Does money spent on emotes, is that a good channel investment? Let me know. What do you guys think? Should I invest in like nice emotes? Should I pay money for a good set of emotes? Like, is it worth it? Let me know. What do you think? I really like to get equipment and stuff. That's like my main thing. Like, I would like to get like maybe a better light setup or in a green screen eventually, but I'm not gonna get the green screen until I move probably. I did spend some of the money on these foam pads, which I think helped with the audio a little bit, which is great, but I'm sure like a good set of emotes is probably a decent investment because I could use them across YouTube and Twitch as well. Let me know what you guys think. Queen said hi back. I'm glad. Anyway, we haven't gotten this Twisted Bow off yet. I'm going to knock down the price a little bit on this. You know, we could leave it there, and I do think it will sell at that price point, but you really want to focus on efficiency when you're flipping actively and speed. It's very important that you're flipping items quickly, and you don't want to hold on to something for too long, because one, it's going to be money locked up in an item, and two, you want to keep flipping it, because you're going to make more money per hour. So, anyway. They're probably quite cheap on Fiverr, says Stooflees. Yeah, I think it's like... Some of them are pretty expensive, like some of the nicer ones, but I guess we don't need like the nicest things. It would be nice if like we had someone from the RuneScape community like create them though, even if we had to pay a little bit more, just like to keep the money. Like I don't mind spending money on it. I just want to like keep it in the community, you know, give it to someone who can make some sweet themed RuneScape emotes, and it would just feel a lot better that way, if that makes sense. Like the money came from viewers who love the game. So I'd like to give money back to people who also love the game and have sort of a better idea of like RuneScape in general, so they can make better emotes that are kind of RuneScape themed. Regardless though, we do have 73 million GP. We're gonna flip, let's do the adamant, what was it? The adamant bars, I think? Someone wanted us to flip the adamantine bars, so I think we should do those. Adamant, I can never spell it correctly. Let me see here. Adamantite bar. Here we go. We're gonna flip a couple of these today just as a viewer requested it. But guys, happy Friday. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Let me know how your day is going. Hopefully you're off work for the weekend, and let me know, have you been flipping today? Let me know how the markets have been. Have you made money? Have you lost money? You know, what have been some good flips for you today? Be sure to let me know. Also, if you have any questions about what to ask, what to flip with your cash stack, definitely let me know. I'd love to help you out with that as well. And we do have 91 mil on hand. I'm going to try the Toxic Stabs. Decent margin on these, looking at about a 50k margin per staff. We'll go ahead and flip a couple of those. Austin Shipley says, hi, Scape. How are you doing? Good to see you, Austin. He says, how do you think the equipment rebalancing blog will affect the price of the Twisted Bow? I think it will have very limited effect. I don't really think it's going to have a big effect much at all, just because, first of all, the nerf on the Twisted Bow was not that significant. All they really want to do on the Twisted Bow is take away some of the prayer that's on the bow, and I don't really think that affects the damage or how viable it is in most situations. I mean, people aren't really using the Twisted Bow for the prayer bonus in any scenario, I don't think. So that's one thing, and two, it doesn't really make it worse compared to any other alternatives. If anything, it makes it a little bit better because the Toxic Blowpipe becomes a little bit worse, which, you know, in turn makes the Dragon Crossbow and the Armadillo Crossbow a little bit more powerful. Thank you, XY, for the follow, by the way. Which means those are mostly the items that are going to get affected. As far as the Twisted Bow goes, I don't think it's going to have a big impact if I had to guess. And that's why we've seen very minor fluctuations in the Twisted Bow up to this point following all of the equipment rebalancing announcements. And I wouldn't be too worried if you have a Twisted Bow on hand. It's probably not going to be affected too much. Now, we couldn't finish those Necklaces of Anguish, so I would like to get another set of flips going in place of that, and I think we're going to try and get a couple of the Primordial Boots going here. The Primordial Boots are cheaper than quote-unquote usual for me, so I want to go ahead and flip a couple of these, since our cash stack is quite limited right now anyway, as we have most of it deployed onto the exchange already. Let's go ahead and do, what do we have, 122 million GP. We'll go ahead and list 4 of them. We did get the Sanguestis off as well. Gonna cycle back into that flip. I think it's a really good one right now for us, and I would like to get another quantity of those going. But what I am gonna do on the Sanguesti staff here is, I have noticed that it's moving downwards pretty aggressively, so I'm actually going to list these next few like 40k lower than my previous offer. We're going to see if they buy up. Thanks, man, for doing the bars. I really appreciate it. No problem, Huz. And see you later, Stoof. I probably missed you by now, but I do apologize for that. And by the way, guys, if you are enjoying the live stream, please drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. And let's make some money today, guys. I mean, Friday is my favorite day to stream. And we've got the beer today, as usual. And we're going to try to flip these bars here, see if we can get a couple of those going. But for the most part, you know, not a ton of luck so far. A little bit awkward of a session, it feels like. Some items moving, some items not moving. Nothing too crazy, though. Nothing we can't recover from and make up for here in the short term. Trio Zero says, any advice for 3 million GP? I've been flipping cannonballs, occults, teleport to house, addy darts, steel bars, coal, or Sarah Brews, impling jars. Just curious if I'm missing some of the lower end flips. I could give you a couple more suggestions, Trio. Some great ones that you might be... Okay, sorry, something like really loud just happened outside, but but anyway, if you are flipping with a 3 million GP cash stack, cannonballs you mentioned, so that's great, but the Zolra scales are a really good option as well. Dragon arrows are really good. Adamant darts, I think you mentioned those. Those are all really good options. Steel bars are really good because they go with the cannonballs and have quite a high volume as well. And let me think of some more. What else? Shoot, I just had another one in my mind, but I'm like forgetting it. Oh, monkfish. Monkfish. Raw monkfish and cooked monkfish are pretty good. The raw monkfish is going to have a little bit better of a margin, but it's going to be harder to sell. And on top of that as well, another great option is the cooked monkfish. It's going to trade a little bit faster, but have a small margin. It doesn't cost that much money to flip the limit of those as well. It's like 2.8 mil, I think. So those are some great options. STW Benny says, I wanted to not pay for a bond at first so I can have a goal to maintain membership, but now that I got scammed, I have to get one. You know, STW, it's not the end of the world, man. It sucks that you got scammed. I hope you can climb your way out of the hole and get back to normal, build that cash stack back up, get a couple flips going, man. Don't let the scammers, you know, demotivate you from playing the game. That's the worst thing that can happen. Just get back on your horse and make some money, man. It's beer review Friday, says Floor Tile. I mean, I've had like 200 Miller Lights in my life. So, I mean, it's a good beer. I like it. It's bitter. It's not like a Bud Light, which is like more sweet. It's pretty bitter for a light beer, and I like it. It's my favorite light beer. I mean, no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and list these adamant bars back. We're going to list them for a little bit lower than the previous margin. Looking at about 7 GP on those. Should be quite easy to sell those off. Now, we do have 105 mil still on hand. Going to list the Ancestral Hats in spot of that. Wow, Ancestral Hats are pretty cheap right now, actually. Under 10 mil is quite cheap for the Ancestral Hats. We'll see if we can get a good margin on those today, make a little bit of money. It does look like that might be the case. And we'll go ahead and list a few of these. Let them do their thing. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hollow Keek says, looks too young to drink beer. I'm 24. I just shaved today, so I probably look extra young. But trust me, I get that all the time. I don't think I've ever bought beer in my life without getting ID'd ever at restaurants or anything. Maybe like 3 times literally in my entire life. So feels bad, man. Floor Tile says, I've been waiting for this all week, excuse me. He says, I'm a Keystone fan myself. Zero reason why, but it just works for my taste buds. It kind of tastes like water, to be honest. Keystone, that is. That's kind of, Miller, it's also cheaper though, right? Miller Lite's a little bit more expensive. Not by much, but it's a little bit better, in my opinion, than Keystone. The profits are not great today. We're kind of trading sideways, not doing that well. I would like to get this Twisted Bow off because that's really going to help our GP per hour. So we're going to knock it down a little bit in price. I'm not crazy about this Twisted Bow right now. It doesn't look like the margin on it's very good, but I will take it. Considering last time we got burned on the Twisted Bow, we're definitely going to take it today. Everyone thinks I'm younger than I am, says Hollow. It's always the shaving that makes a difference. Dude, 100%, man. Dylan Brent says, happy Friday. Good to see you, Dylan. Thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully you're having a great day. Be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying. And let's make some money, man. Skittle says, how do you turn on timers? The timers come from a plugin called Flipping Utilities. Sorry, my brain's not working today. I didn't get enough sleep like 3 nights in a row, and now I'm drinking, so like it's not a great combo. And here comes a raid from I'm Mike OSRS with a party of 7. Welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in today to this lovely flipping stream. I hope you're having a great Friday, and thank you for joining us, man. Do appreciate it. Sharkovsky also giving us a follow over on Twitch. Welcome to the team, man. We're glad to have you. By the way, we have Eco Turtle dropping the primer in the chat. Can we get some hype for the Prime sub in the chat? Thank you so much, Eco Turtle. We do appreciate it. That makes 11 subs today already. You guys are insane. Thank you so much for all of these subs today. Really means a lot. Name is the same in the Discord. Dylan Brent saying, any Twitch primers? We got any primers in chat? Can we drop some primers in chat? No, I'm just memeing big streamers. But anyway, guys, we're going to try to make a little bit of money here today. Looking a little bit stagnant as of right now. Definitely want to turn things around. And I think we're going to get out of these primordial boots and just kind of knock the price on them up a little bit here, as we're not really making a lot of money on them right now. So let's go ahead and list them for about 15K higher than our previous buy price. I'm really hoping to trade a few of these because these are really going to help our profit per hour as well, since the margin on those was looking super solid. Also, I do want to go ahead and get these Amulets of Fury sold off as well. We'll knock them down about 2K. Should be easy from that point to sell them off. Sanguesti's not working out at their current price level. We're going to list them back in for their original price that we had them at. Try to get a few more here. It's weird because like the past couple of streams, we've really been struggling to make a decent profit. So I would actually like to get a solid profit in today. I think the Twisted Bow and these bigger items are really going to make a big difference in that profit per hour. So I'm hoping we can get the Twisted Bow off with decent speed. Jay Hefner says 19 viewers now. Holy, 19 viewers on Twitch. You guys are insane. Welcome everybody on the Twitch side. But don't forget about the YouTube side as well, guys. I do make flipping guides and a lot of money-making content over on YouTube if that is interesting to you. And we finally got the Twisted Bow off as well, bringing us to our 1 mil profit for today. Can we get some hype in the chat? Been a great day today, guys. We got the Orb of Oculus, and now we're flipping, sitting back, making some profits for my lovely audience. Welcome everybody to the Friday stream. Hope you're having a great day, honestly, because my day has been incredible. So many good things have just randomly happened to me today, and they definitely can't be upset about that. Mate, we can't see your money/offer. Can you hide it? Yes, so Shark, I do hide my buy and sell offers, and the reason I actually do that is because I've actually flipped with them uncovered in the past, and we actually did this for like 2 years where people could see my margins, but eventually like the streams got to a point where, you know, I'm not like, you know, a big streamer or anything, but they got to the point where they were popular enough where people would use my margins, and then I could not flip the item myself, right? They would kind of snipe my prices. So that became like a big problem, and I had to start covering margins on stream. So even though I don't want to, I have to, and I feel forced to. We have Joe AO with the subscription over on Twitch. Can we get some hype in the chat? The T1 sub. Love it, man. Thank you so much for the subscription, dude. It's legitimately, like, it's really kind of you, and I really do appreciate it, man. Broken Neck says, hey from RS3 Sierra, I miss OSRS flipping whenever I play here. LOL. Dude, you gotta come back to old school, man. This is where the flipping is at. Best markets on old school RuneScape, volume-wise. I mean, if you're looking for profit, I've actually heard that RuneScape 3 is best profit-wise if you are flipping, because there's less competition, but less trades, right? So margins are a lot bigger, and you can make a fatter profit. But that doesn't mean you can't make more money per hour in old school RuneScape. You just gotta be a little bit more active with it. Now, we do have 318 mil here. I would like to do the Kodai wand today, because we haven't done the Kodai for a couple streams now, and I'd like to get a few of them flipped. Can you blame me? You know, the one item I was looking forward to today was the Ancestral stuff, and we weren't getting a good margin on it, sadly. We're not getting a good margin on the Ancestral either, or sorry, the Kodai either, so I'm going to try the Ancestral Robe Top. Maybe we can get a good margin on it, not sure. We're going to check it out right now. Also, no luck on the Toxic Stabs yet, which is quite sad. Decent margin on the Ancestral Robe Tops. Definitely a little bit lower than I would normally like, but we're going to take it today considering we don't have a ton of items that are doing too well for us as of right now. We're going to go ahead and list the Toxic Stabs here, and we're going to let that do its thing. And we're going to sit back, kick back, and try to make some money, man. Joe says, let's go. By the way, guys, I hope you're enjoying the stream today. If you are, definitely drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Give us a subscription, a follow over on Twitch, or a subscription to the YouTube channel. All of that would be greatly appreciated. And welcome to the flipping team, guys. I mean, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash tag or anything related to flipping in old school RuneScape, be sure to let me know. These live streams are to help you guys learn how to flip in old school RuneScape. And if you don't know how, then I can teach you step by step. And we'd love to get your feedback, your opinion on how the live stream works, man, or how it looks, how it works. If you like it, if you dislike it, just let me know. Thank you for the follow, Trio Zero, but I thought you were already followed, man, so I'm very curious about this. Anyway, we did get the Twisted Bow off. We're gonna let that do its thing there. Maybe could have made a little bit more profit on that last one. I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe we can stretch out our buy price a little bit here as well. We'll try. We'll see if we can succeed on that. Keep a close eye on that. I thought so too. Trio Zero drops the primes, but then doesn't follow? What the heck? Never seen that before. El Jacko says you can make like 500k with a 50 mil item in RS3. Wow, that's pretty good. Skittle says try the Dragon Hunter Lance. We will. I love flipping the Dragon Hunter Lance. It's one of my favorites, to be honest, just because it flips so quickly, and just makes for a great flip when things are flipping fast. We have Aortax giving us a follow over on Twitch as well. Thank you for the follow, man. Do appreciate it. Welcome to the flipping team. And let me know if you have any questions about flipping or money making in old school RuneScape. We'll be sure to help you out. And thank you guys for tuning in. Spider Eggs flips. I don't really think they're really that profitable, are they? Definitely not an item that I flip much with my cash stack. We have Dragon Zag saying, hello, bro. Good to see you, Dragon. Thank you for tuning in. So many people tuning in today. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, you're having a great Friday. I know I am. Khaled S says, what are some good free-to-play items to flip? If you're flipping in free-to-play, you want to focus on things that are super high volume and quick to flip. Things like any kind of runes. So, law runes, death runes are really good. Nature runes are good as well. Cosmic runes are another great option. Things like steel bars are awesome. Coal. What are some other good ones? It's a little bit harder to flip in free-to-play because you don't have as many options, and all the items that you can flip are pretty competitive most of the time. So any resource item, clay is another good one. Anything with a high limit is really what's going to make you the most profit per hour. You want to secure very high volume, quick flipping items, and just cycle through as many of them as you can. And I do have a guide on how to make 700k an hour in free-to-play on my channel, so you might want to check that out if you're interested. But basically, if you flip on 2 accounts and you alch on one at the same time, you can make about 700k per hour. Aortax says, "Hey Scape, hope you are having a good day. I'm doing amazing, Aortax. How are you, man?" He says, "Any tips on doing fashion Scape items like black gold trimmed armor and other stuff?" So I would not say that I'm the best person to ask about fashionscape items specifically, and the only reason I say that is because I am not someone who likes to flip fashionscape items. I find the demand for them is very inconsistent, and while the margins can be big, it's like not one of my preferences to flip them. That being said, if you are flipping cosmetics or slash fashionscape items, the best way to do it is try to get in at a cheap price. Usually the best windows for these are overnight windows where things, demand dips overnight and, margins get a little bit wider. Those are the best opportunities to pick up these cosmetic items, right? So my recommendation is don't flip cosmetics, just my personal recommendation, just because they're inconsistent. And if it's black trimmed armor, I mean, it's probably not that inconsistent, and the range that it jumps around is not that large, right? But if you're talking about something like a third age piece, third age, my brain's not working. If you're talking about like third age or third age druidic, then those are things where I don't like flipping them because there's no like true demand behind them besides looking cool. So I wouldn't say I have the best tips on it. Thank you, and yes, I always have a low margin. I need a bond. I have 2.8 mil, now started with 1 mil. Flip it up, Khaled. You're almost there, man. You'll be able to get one soon. Another twisted bow flip. We're going for another one. It's pretty free profit right now. It's pretty easy to flip. I would like to get, I'm trying to move this other stuff around, and we're just having no luck with that. So I think we cycle out of a couple items here that aren't really working out for us. The Blighted Super Restores is going to be one of those items. We're going to turn around and just kind of dump those back. We do have these Toxic Stabs as well. We're going to have to just sit on those for a while, and hopefully they will sell. I mean, I'm sure they will, but it's just taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. And we're going to list these Ancestral Robe Tops back. No luck on the Sanguesti Staff yet. We'll cut back on that as well. We did get the Twisted Bow. We'll turn around and sell that back again. And we're on margin for this thing, which is really great. It's a really quick flip for us right now. It's not making us a lot of profit, but we're going to take it today, considering we're having trouble moving a lot of items. So I feel like that's been our problem for a few streams now. We've had a couple back-to-back streams where the profit hasn't been amazing, but don't worry. We're going to do our best today to get that GP per hour up and make a good profit. Let's get a couple of these Dragon Hunter Lances going. I forget who suggested we do them in the chat, but we're going to do our best to get a couple of those going. And we're going to do the Dragon Hunter Crossbow as well. Try to flip a few of these. See if we can make a little bit of money on it. It's actually interesting because the Dragon Hunter Crossbow is coming down in price right now. And compared to the Lance, they're kind of getting pretty close in price. Not that close, but closer than they have been in the past. So interesting to see that. Anyway, let's go ahead and try to flip a few Dragon Hunter Crossbows. Unfortunately, we can only do 2 at a time, but now we can do 3. So good thing we collected the profits from that and from the robe tops there. And we'll go ahead and list 3 at a time here. Try to get a couple of those going. In our last slot, we're going to try to flip the, what are they called? They're Guardian Boots. I do like flipping the Guardian Boots. I find them to have really good margins. Queen Saraha actually put me onto the Guardian Boots. I did not flip them before seeing him flip them. So shout out to him, I guess, on the Guardian Boots. And we'll go ahead and try to flip a few of these. Always have decent margins on them. I actually flip these in the 10 to 100 mil series very, very often. Chicken Dinner says, not sure if you mentioned, but does an overnight matter where you are in the world? For example, it's 11:37 p.m. here in the UK, so my overnight is different to yours. So yes and no. When I say overnight, I'm really just referencing logging out for an extended period of time, right? Anywhere from like 6 to 12 hours. So when I say overnight, it could be like an overday flip as well. If people get really confused on the lingo, I just use an overnight as like a benchmark of a 6 to 12 hour period where you're not logging online and you're not checking the items you have in the Grand Exchange. So while your overnight might have different results from my overnight, it shouldn't really matter too much as far as how you actually plan the flip, if that makes sense. Let me go ahead and get another item here. We do have 4 of the Dragon Hunter Lances, which came in extremely quickly. I don't really think we're going to have too much trouble selling them off, but I could be wrong. I mean, there's always high demand on these things anyway. 101 mil. Let's do I do actually want to do the manta rays. I want to showcase the manta rays today. We haven't flipped them in a couple of streams, and I think they're honestly a really good item that are overlooked very, very often. Manta rays are really great to flip with like a 50 to 100 mil cash stack. That's really the prime range for these things. We're going to go ahead and list the limit of them, which is going to run us about 11.1 mil. We're going to see if we can make some money on them today. Welcome everybody to the live stream. I hope you are enjoying it today, guys. Be sure to drop a like if you are. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. I'm always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy, so hopefully you do enjoy it, and happy Friday to all of you. If you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping in old school RuneScape, let me know. We'll answer your questions. Oh, and one more thing. We have a Discord group dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. So if you're interested in learning more or just trying to improve your flipping skills, we have a Discord, link in the description below. And we have people who post flips in there 24/7. So if you just need item ideas, that's an amazing place to check out. Anyway, Aortax says, fair point. I was thinking of doing Fashionscape items for overnight as a free-to-play player. I'm working with like 40 mil over 5 accounts for flipping, and I'm not sure what to do overnight. I was going to bond up at like 50 mil total. I think that's a great idea with the bond. Honestly, Aortax, you've got an interesting strategy. Let me talk to you a little bit about your flipping strategy, right? Are you flipping more passively? Because it seems like if you're flipping free to play with 40 to 50 mil, and you're not flipping actively, it seems you're flipping like kind of inactively, right? Like pretty much only overnight flips or passive flips. Let me know if that's the case, because you might want to change up your strategy to be able to make a little bit more GP per hour if that's not the case. But if it is the case, then anyway. What did we sell that one for? A little bit lower on the adamant bars right now. Let's go ahead and list them for... We're just going to leave them a little bit lower than our previous offer, but still at a point where we can profit on the item. How do you have the timer thing on your trade, says Sergey? Basically what it is I'm all over the place today. It is a flipping plugin called Flipping Utilities. It is in RuneLite, and it is an amazing plugin. I highly recommend getting it if you have RuneLite and you use it actively. It's probably my favorite plugin in RuneScape, just for how useful it is. No, I did actively from 20 to 40 mil roughly, and I'm assuming that's in free-to-play. So what I would honestly do is buy 2 bonds, put them on like, maybe, I would honestly buy 1 bond, that's probably all you need, and just actively flip on 1 account. I honestly think you're going to be able to make more profit per hour that way than you would flipping on free-to-play accounts, even with a lot of accounts, right? That would be my personal opinion. If you don't want to do that, obviously you don't have to. It's not, not going to force you to do it, but I do think you probably be able to make more profit per hour with 1 account with a bond than across all of your free-to-play accounts. Trio Zero says, I'd call overnights like 11 p.m. here, so that's 6 a.m. UK. Usually a lot less people online. That is definitely true. I mean, basically right now, it's like prime time RuneScape time. This is where we have like peak player base, especially on Fridays. We're actually coming towards the off end of that because you have all the UK players who are staying up late playing. You have the East Coast just logging on in the US. And you have California getting off work soon to play as well. So this is really like the most popular time for RuneScape. Hollow Keek says, hey Scape, what do you think of old school RuneScape on Steam release? I mean, as far as the game goes, I think it's really, really amazing for the game. It's definitely a great way to bring in more players with a pretty low effort way to do it. And I don't think it's going to really bring in that many more new players. I do think a couple players will come from Steam, but I mean, no one's really going to play RuneScape if they haven't heard about it before through Steam, if I had to guess. I mean, maybe a few. I hope I'm proven wrong. I'd love some more players to start playing this game and really grow the player base. I did actually make a video on some of the best investments that you can make for old school RuneScape coming to Steam, although I think it's happening very soon, right? If not, it's already happened. Anyway, I'm not invested in any of those items. Regardless, let's go ahead and try to flip a few more items here. I would like to try and do the Saradomin. Actually, we're not going to do the Saradomin God Sword. We're going to do the Grazi. Now, I think the Grazi actually has more potential behind it for an active flip, that is. And it's actually really weird. The Grazi is getting quite cheap, which makes it a good flip, right? If an item is coming down in price or going up a lot in price, it makes for a good flip, right? Because the margins are a lot larger. So we're going to go ahead and flip a couple of Grazis. Also, Grazis are cheaper, so we can flip more with less money, which is also great. CTAC Hardbass says, hey, I play RuneScape without prior nostalgia, just like the numbers going up, LOL. Dude, that's awesome, man. Welcome to RuneScape, dude. It's always good to see players who haven't played in the past who are just completely new. And not that you're new to the game in a sense, but you didn't play back in the day, right? So how do you like the game? I mean, I feel like most players are probably turned off just from the play style and the graphics of the game, if I had to guess. But it's good to see that you enjoy it. Genshin Boy says, hi. Good to see you, Genshin. Thank you for tuning in today. Welcome to the live stream. It's a RuneScape stream, though. It's not Genshin. And those rapiers bought really quickly. I think we're going to have a little bit of trouble selling those off. On the 24th. Oh, that's next week. That's awesome. Logchamp Rapier says, Eco Turtle. I hope we can get them off for a decent price, though. I mean, we do, let's see. Like, we're only looking at like 130k on the Rapiers, which is quite small, so we should be able to sell them off. Oh, yeah, we should adjust these, actually. Thanks for pointing that out, Saints fan. I always get distracted every time we stream on some of these items. Let's go ahead and, I don't want to knock it down too much, because I think the profit still is there. Let's see. We're good on that. Good call adjusting the ancestral hats, because now they're selling immediately, so that's great. Zardon Zane says, learning to Wooks Walk while seeing this, already lost 1.4 mil trying. Hey, it's going to be a small price to pay in the long run learning how to do it, man. Anyway, no luck on the Manta Rays yet. We'll cycle that into something else here. 142 mil on hand. What should we flip with it? I think we're going to do the Carol's Leather Top next. Should be a fairly easy flip for us to make a little bit of profit. I don't really know what to do about these toxic stabs, because if we knock them down any further, we could get into lost territory, so we need to be a little bit careful with that one. Not that it's a massive deal if we lose money, it's just like, we might be able to profit from it without adjusting it too much. We'll knock it down just a little bit more. We still have a little bit of room on it. Should be good about there. Guardian Boots are fine. Dragon Hunter Crossbow, if we don't buy one by like 5 minutes, we'll maybe adjust that. Twisted Bow probably needs to come down a little bit as well. We also have Saints fan advancing. I guess follow up to that. How long did you, chat's going everywhere. I missed it. He says, how long do you wait on mid to high level items before selling or adjusting the price? For selling it before adjusting the price. Basically, what I do is, it depends. Usually like 10 minutes to 12 minutes is like my sweet spot, but you know, there's also different situations where you might wait longer or shorter, right? If it's a really popular time or an update just happened, you probably don't want to wait longer than like 8 minutes, because there's lots of trades going on right now across a bunch of items. But if it's an off-peak time, like let's say you're flipping at like, I don't know, a dead time for me, that would be like 2, 3 in the morning where there's not that many players on, then I would wait a little bit longer for my flips to complete. Maybe instead of waiting 10 to 12 minutes, I'd wait 15 to 17, just because there's less offers going on the Grand Exchange, and things are more likely to swing in your favor in those situations because there's less trades and less competition. Anyway, we do have enough money to go in for another Twisted Bow, so we're just going to keep hitting this thing and see if we can make profit on it. This time, though, we're going to knock it down a little bit in price and see if we can get a good deal on it. CT says, I play for like half I played for like half a year now, maybe more. I got 4.99s already. Wow, that's awesome. He says RuneScape is like chill the game. No dailies, weeklies, or anything. You just play at your own pace. And I feel like in RuneScape, a large overlooked element is you make your own goals. I mean, RuneScape is all about doing your own thing and like finding what you like the most in game. For a lot of players, it's PVM. Some people like PKing, and if you're really weird, you like flipping. And that's where I come in. Okay, so my goal in RuneScape is to get to 10 bill. I think that's like my flipping goal here is to flip up to 10 bills. So you kind of make your own goals in RuneScape, and I think that's highly overlooked. Would be interesting to see a 2-account stream. Might be intensive, though. Dude, I keep forgetting to do the 2-account streams. I really need to get that set up. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, maybe tomorrow's stream we'll do it, the 2 accounts. I just have to bond up the other account, which is obviously not a big deal. I haven't watched many streams after the max cash, unfortunately. Are you using another account or platinum tokens now? So what I did, right now I have some platinum tokens, but what I've been trying to do is improve my investing game, right? Where I do more longer term investments, and I'm trying to document that process as well. So more to come on that shortly for the channel, but I'm working on my longer term investments so I can really start stacking that profit while still actively flipping and making daily profit as well, right? So I know I've kind of mentioned that before, but I would like to work on my longer term flipping just because now I'm finally at the point where I can expend a lot of money for longer term flips and still be able to make a decent profit per hour. If you're making the best hourly money, it's not weird. We're doing okay right now. I mean, we're not doing that great, which is it's not amazing, but it's actually not too bad. Like, we're at 2.7 mil, 3.4 mil an hour. That's like, I would be happy with that if we hit that. That's pretty good. Especially on live stream, because I got to do a couple more things on live stream. When I'm off stream, I feel like I try to hunt bigger margin items a little bit more often. But anyway. Cycle through a couple of things here. A little bit nervous about these rapiers, to be honest. We'll have to see what happens on those. And the Guardian boots aren't really working out, so we're going to go ahead and sell those back. We do have 3 of them, though, so if we can sell them for the original margin, it should be like a 150k profit or so. Jer says, have you done the giant mole? I have, like, maybe once or twice, but not significantly, no. I would like to get a RuneScape pet, though, so maybe some point in the future we'll try to get the mole. Originally, I was going for the Vorkath pet, but I never really got myself too invested in that. Although Vorkath is a boss that I do know how to kill, so, I mean, I just on getting that 10 bill. That's like a big goal for me, so. Do some people manipulate the Grand Exchange market? Yes. Hollow Keeg, I think that's how I say your name. Some people definitely do manipulate the RuneScape market, but it does require a lot of money or a lot of buying power. So, anyway. Leafing7 with the subscription. Oh my goodness, so many subscriptions today, man. Leafing7, man, thank you so much, dude. I do appreciate the subscription. Welcome to the flipping team. Let me know if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping. Do let me know, man. This is crazy. As far as the subscriptions today go, it's just been insane what we've been doing. So I really do appreciate that, man, and welcome to the team. 3 Guardian boots sold off, no problem. 2.9 mil coming up on that 3 mil bag. And we do have 423 million GP on hand. What are we going to do with it? We'll have to see. Let me see. Oh, we got a toxic staff off as well. Amazing. Super happy about that. And we haven't gotten that second twisted bow yet, though, which, you know, mixed feelings about that. But let's see. We do have... I kind of want to go back in on the Grazis, actually, because I think we can pick up a few more for a cheaper price. Considering we can't sell the ones we currently have. Cycling back into a flip at a cheaper price is a great way to like kind of hedge your buy offer. So we're going to list a few for a little bit cheaper, see if we can sell those off, or excuse me, buy more and then sell those that we pick up off again. And let's see, we've got those Grazis listed as well, 158 mil. What should we put it into? I do have a decent option that we can try out. The Dragon Dart tips are a great flip that you can do that I would personally do with 100 mil plus probably. It's not going to run you that much money, but they're just a little bit higher risk than a lot of items that I normally flip. And literally there is a 0 GP margin on those right now, so we're going to stay away from that. We'll put the Grimy Renard Weed in its place. I'm hoping we can make a little bit of money on those really quick. It does look like the grimy renard weed is starting to climb back up in price. That's actually a good sign. That doesn't... What? There's no way that margin's real, I'll tell you that. We're going to try it anyway. Literally, like, a crazy margin on that right now. So, anyway. Oh, gosh. Those Grazis bought, and I was not expecting them to buy for that little. I'll tell you that right now. Yikes. Hopefully those will sell, though. God. Why does this always happen? Every stream, like, one item just burns us so badly. Anyway. Leafing7 says, hi, I'm Zardon. Oh, Leafing, man, what's up? Or /Zardon. Thank you for the sub, man. Seriously, do appreciate it. Excited to see those investments in hashtag bad flips, says Jay. That's such BM, dude. That's... Oh, my God. Thanks for giving me a good laugh, man. Seriously. You'll probably see a few of them. I've still yet to make the video on grapes. We got to do that. Saintsfan in Van says, what is your opinion on the latest Wizard Boot craze over on r/Grand Exchange Bets? I don't know. Grand Exchange Bets kind of seems like a pretty obvious pump and dump scheme to me. People that just want to pump items and sell them back. It's kind of like the real Wall Street Bets, but it's a little bit easier to achieve on Grand Exchange Bets, if I had to guess. It's just kind of pump and dump situations. Like, personally, not something I really want to be involved in. It's just not something that's going to make you consistent money. You might get rich once or twice, but you're eventually going to get burned really bad trying to do one of those flips. So I would just be very cautious about anything listed on that site, and I would not be surprised if you see some really funky item movements from now on a couple things. Hello Keek says, what happened to oak logs? Could be bots getting banned can raise the price of oak logs. I know that's been a thing, but I don't really know. I haven't looked at them. Chicken Dinner says, don't worry about getting burned. I accidentally listed 9.7k super combats for 1k each. Luckily, I got 96 mil, but it could have been devastating. Honestly, Chicken Dinner, like, I make mistakes all the time. I don't really take them to heart at all. Sometimes you're going to have great items on the Grand Exchange, and other times you're going to have tough times. And it does look like the rapier is going to work out for us, at least the ones that we bought for a super cheap price. Don't know if the ones here are going to sell. They're like 200k above these ones. But we're going to go back in and buy more of the rapiers here and see if we can get lucky buying those. Also, I do want to adjust the price on the Carol's leather tops here. We're going to knock them up by about, I don't know, 7k or so. We'll try to fill out the limit on those. And we are slowly selling these adamant bars. I'm actually not going to move these because I think they are going to sell where they are. We just got to be a little bit patient on them. Maybe we'll knock up this Twisted Bow too. Twisted Bow is going for quite a bad margin right now, but we can actually take the really easy, quick profits on that and just kind of walk away with that happy. Because if we do that, that's going to put us definitely at the 3 mil mark, so would like to try and do that. Let's try to buy more of the rapiers here. Just going to leave them at the same price we bought them for last time, and hopefully we can make a little bit of money on those. Zardon Zane says, how much time does it take to buy and sell a Twisted Bow? Usually, like, it really doesn't take that long most of the time. If you're trying to flip a Twisted Bow... Oh, sorry, I didn't know the music stopped, guys. Sorry about that. The Twisted Bow really does not take that long. In my opinion, it usually takes about, I don't know, 10 minutes total for a flip. It can take up to 15, and if it's taking about 20, you might have to adjust your offer. They're actually pretty high volume for being so expensive. Trio Zero says, Oak Logs hit almost 60 GP on 218. I have no idea why that would be the case. It could have just traded up really quickly, or it could be graph manipulation. Honestly, I have no idea. Probably just like a one-off thing. Honestly, I have no idea why they would have traded for so high for just a moment in time. Anyway, let's turn around and sell these Carol's leather tops here. We can't really get any more of them off, unfortunately. Or more of them bought, excuse me. At least it's good news on the sell offer. It was a manip by a clan. It could have been Trio Zero, definitely. Especially if a lot of people bought them at once. But I honestly don't really have an opinion on that. It's, you know, oak logs are kind of like a resource item that I don't really follow that much. Free-to-play stuff I'm not really investing in or flipping. I like member stuff a little bit more, and I like my investments to be a little bit more low volume, because if you invest in something that's low volume, it has a bigger effect when more people buy up in the item, right? Because, for example, a great opportunity that I pointed out a couple weeks back was the Dragon Harpoon, right? Super low volume item. Like, you have like 1,000 of them traded daily, which makes it a really good investment opportunity, because when there's a lot of demand for them, they shoot up in price like crazy because there's just not that many traded, right? So anything that's really low volume is usually a really good item to invest in, if that being said, if the opportunity looks good, right? So there has to be more factors that are going to drive the price of that item. But for the Dragon Harpoons, of course, the price is going to get driven by the update hype for the Temporos boss, right? So that's kind of why I made the video, right? Is trying to point out to people that lower volume items can be really good investment opportunities, and you shouldn't overlook them. A lot of people like to invest in high volume items because they're usually relatively cheap. I have made that mistake in the past, but there's something about low volume items that gives you more leverage than on those higher volume items. I'm kind of rambling. I do apologize. 120 million GP. Don't know really what I'm going to do with that today. We did get the rapier off, though, so that's good. I'm probably going to leave these ones in here and see if they sell when I log off. We'll just leave that. We'll just let it do its thing over there, okay? Hopefully it does sell. I do expect quite big fluctuations on the rapier this weekend, just because a lot of people are going to be buying and selling them due to the equipment rebalancing, as well as just general demand on the weekend for the rapier. People like to do PVM on weekend. That's like the biggest thing that players log on for, especially if they're like on and off RuneScape players. So definitely going to be some increased demand on the rapiers. Anyway, we're going to knock this Twisted Bow out as well. Oh, not run away from the exchange, though. That wouldn't be great. And I think we're just going to leave the rest of this stuff to sell here, guys. Just going to stream for a quick hour today. Going to wrap it up here. But we're going to end with Huzz's question. He says, I guess it was because you are a bigger part of the supply in a lower volume item versus a high volume item where you are just a cog in the machine overall. Exactly, right? So, like, if you own, like, let's say 200 Dragon Harpoons, right? And there's only 1,000 traded daily, like, you own 20% of the daily traded supply. It's kind of a lot. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. A quick 3.4 mil on today's stream. Love to see it. Sorry we're not streaming for longer today, but we will be live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys can make it. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to drop a like, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on tomorrow's stream, where we're going to make some more profit. Anyway, peace out, guys. Have a good night.